you are to Meg's Magical Mansion, a virtual guest house for spiritual wayfarers, a place where the ordinary becomes magical, where wisdom is yours for the asking, and where your higher nature is just a wish away. Thank you for joining us here today at Meg's Magical Mansion. I'm Meg, and this is my trusty butler, Scallion. And here in my lap is my beautiful assistant, Miss Alice Poopers. And today on Meg's Magical Mansion, we're going to be talking all about the connection between your conscious mind and your subconscious mind.
Meg, are you going somewhere?
Well, funny you should ask, Scallion. I do have this beautiful suitcase sitting here, and I'm not going anywhere. But, excuse me, Miss Poopers, this is going to be our giveaway this week. Not only are we going to talk about the relationship between your conscious mind and your subconscious mind, but we're going to do a neurographic art activity where we're going to be drawing and painting and coloring in a specific way that helps you make the connection stronger between your conscious and subconscious mind. And our giveaway, Scallion, is this beautiful Kajamillion piece art kit. Check it out. And a little bit later in the episode, I'll give you some close-ups on this. But it has everything in it. It's got colored pencils, paints, oil pastels, and not only does it come in this really nice, it's got paint brushes in there. Not only does it come in this really nice wooden suitcase, but it also comes with an acrylic pad and a sketch pad.
What a wonderful, wonderful gift.
What a nice prize for somebody. Yes. And stick around, Scallion, because later in the episode, we're going to tell you how you could enter to win this wonderful art kit.
Can I enter?
I don't think that the staff of Meg's Magical Mansion can enter, but the rest of you can.
Good luck.
Well, I guess that means it's time for Words of Wisdom. And today our Words of Wisdom come to us from the New Thought author we'll be discussing later in our episode, Dr. Joseph Murphy. So sit back, relax, and let's listen to the words of Dr. Joseph Murphy.
An excellent way to get acquainted with the two functions of your mind is to look upon your mind as a garden. You are a gardener, and you are planting seeds or thoughts in your subconscious mind all day long, based on your habitual thinking. As you sow in your subconscious mind, so shall you reap in your body and environment.
There, wasn't that nice? Look, Poops was really asleep. That made you very relaxed. My goodness, you just didn't even move a little muscle. And today we are talking about the power of your subconscious mind to help you manifest. And I just want to say right off the bat that I am not an expert on anything. I am just a fellow seeker on the path with you. So I'm not a psychologist or a psychiatrist. I just find this topic interesting. And of course, you know I'm always reading some book or another. So I've read a very interesting book by Dr. Joseph Murphy. And he was an Irish author and New Thought minister. He was born in 1898. He died in 1981. He was ordained in both divine science and religious science, which I would say for about a decade I attended a religious science church in my area pretty regularly, so I'm quite familiar with that school of thought. He studied in India, where he studied Hinduism in depth, and he is perhaps most famous for the book I just finished reading, The Power of Your Subconscious Mind, which was published in 1963 when little old me was just a toddler, a little 2-year-old toddler when this came out. So for a long time, I've been thinking about this connection between your conscious mind and your subconscious mind and manifesting and how those things relate. Because I've really noticed you can go around all day telling yourself, oh, I'm going to manifest wealth. Or I even have manifested wealth. Or you can say it in any way you want. But there's something about getting it into your subconscious mind that seems to be the secret, at least to me, of getting things to manifest. In other words, you can say it all day, but if you don't believe it, it doesn't happen. And a lot of us walk around with a lot of negative self-talk going on inside of our head at all times. And we might have the words, I'm a beautiful, wonderful person, come out of our mouth. And inside, on our subconscious mind, we're saying, but I'm fat. Or but I'm ugly, or but I'm stupid. Because somewhere back in your childhood that was programmed into you as part of your core programming. Or something happened that made you believe that about yourself. And those kind of messages can be very hard to undo. They can really undermine your ability to manifest. Because if you're sitting there telling yourself, I deserve every great blessing in life, and then inside you go, but I really don't because I'm not worthy, then those blessings aren't coming. That's the thing that seems to plug it up for a lot of people. I know it's been a huge stumbling block for me in my efforts to manifest all the things I want. Which is why I've been listening to this audiobook on this book by Dr. Joseph Murphy. And I'm going to link it below. I'm listening to it on the Reality Revolution with Brian Scott, which is an absolutely fantastic channel. If you're not watching this channel, or listening to his podcasts, you need to get onto this. And so I've been listening to the audiobook there, and I'm noticing a lot of what he was saying was really tying in with what I was already thinking and feeling. Because in the book, he gets into this idea that you have to get into your subconscious mind and program the thoughts in there to get the manifestations to occur. And he comes up with some pretty good techniques. There were a lot of good techniques and things you could do in the book, but some of the ones I really liked was he has one, it's the Baldwin technique, and this is one where you use affirmations, but here's the deal. You have to first get yourself into a very sleepy and meditative state. Then you slowly, quietly, carefully and nicely use your affirmations to induce the subconscious mind to accept these ideas. Another one that he talks about is the thank you technique. And if you didn't check out our episode on gratitude, please do, because in his book, Dr. Murphy says, a thankful heart is always close to the creative force of the universe. And this ties in with exactly what we were discussing in that episode, that the more gratitude you express for what you've got, the easier it is to manifest more of the things you want. Remember, you want to be in this relaxed and peaceful state when you're trying to program these ideas into your subconscious mind. You want to thank the universe for things like you've already got them. Thank you for financial abundance. Thank you for true love. Thank you for whatever it is you are trying to manifest. You have to get this relaxed, peaceful state going to recondition your mind. He has another method in the book he talks about, which is the decree method. And he has this idea that the power goes into our word according to the feeling and faith behind it, which is his way of saying exactly what I've been saying. You could say words all day, but if you don't believe it in your heart, they mean nothing. They mean nothing. And part of this attitude with the decree method, he also talks about how it should be easy to manifest. If you're trying to manifest a thing and it's really hard and really painful, it's time to rethink about what you're manifesting, how you're doing it, because something is not right in your process. It should be easy. He actually gives you 12 ways to use the decree method that are all very good, and I won't even list all of them. But basically, the decree method basically is where you just say, I will it to be so. If you practice witchcraft like I do, this is where witchcraft fits in. Because a lot of what we do, casting spells and things, is using the decree method. When we're using verbal spells, we're usually using the decree method. We're declaring things to be so, and that's why we say, so mote it be, or so it will be at the end of many, many spells. We're just telling you it's going to be that way. We are decreeing it. And so this is something I think that people involved with witchcraft have used for forever, this method. But it makes you, when you're using the decree method, it makes you be a mental engineer. It really taps into that thought that your desire is your prayer. And you want to remember, you want to try to accomplish things the easy way. You can build a beautiful, glowy, radiant, healthy, successful, happy life by the thoughts you think, and I like how he refers to this as the hidden studio of your mind. Well, if that ain't the subconscious mind, children, I don't know what it is. So today, in an effort to help get into my subconscious mind, get it relaxed, and use that state of mind to work on focusing and manifesting, I'm going to attempt a neurographic art activity. And it's a psychological method created by Pavel Paskarev in 2014. He called it the art of world transformation, but it certainly can be used for inner transformation. Your art activity captures how your inner being reacts to the outer world. It transforms your concerns, worries, fears into something calm and productive. So you want to start to think, what's your challenge? Think about an area where you have a specific issue, a need for peace, maybe an area of discomfort, something you're trying to manifest, and this activity can help you do it. So let's take a look at how I did my very first neurographic art activity. And when we come back, I'm going to tell you how you can enter to win this lovely 124-piece art set. And you could do your own neurographic art activity, or whatever kind of art activity you want to do. All right, check out how I created this beautiful neurographic artwork. Begin by writing a simple word or phrase on the back of your paper that states your problem that you want to resolve, or your intention, or whatever it is you're trying to manifest. I used the thank you technique and wrote thank you for financial abundance. I'm going to be using watercolors, so I'm going to tape my paper down. If you're using dry medium, you don't have to tape it down. Next, I'm going to trace some shapes. I'm using a couple of rocks that I really like, and just a few other things that look like they would make good, round, kind of freeform shapes. You can also just draw shapes freehand. You don't have to trace them. All the while I'm drawing these, I'm just thinking about my statement. Thank you for financial abundance. I'm sort of imagining each one of these shapes as just big pockets of money and abundance. Now I'm going to start drawing lines. The lines need to flow continuously across the paper from one side or edge of the paper to another. You can swirl around as much as you want on your way, but you cannot stop anywhere on the paper. You have to take that line all the way off to one of the edges of the paper. And of course, while I'm drawing the lines, I'm just thinking about my statement over and over. And I'm thinking about how I have all these big pots of money and they're all sort of connected together. Now you have to round all of the corners. Any place where lines intersect, you have to round off those corners so that they are not square. This is where it really starts to look like, something that's a neural map of your brain. It's I'm going to start coloring in my design. I've decided to use colored pencils and watercolors because those are two of my personal favorite mediums. So the first thing I'm doing is just sort of shadowing in the top edges of each space with the colored pencils. And I tried to be very conscious of my color choices. I'm using a lot of green and gold to represent money because that is what my statement is about, financial abundance. I'm using purple to represent me because I just really like purple and that's kind of my color. And I'm using the reds and the oranges just to show my passion and my excitement for life. And all the while I'm coloring, again, I'm thinking over and over, thank you for financial abundance. And I'm relaxed, I'm very peaceful, and I'm just continuing to think and imagine a life full of financial abundance. Now I'm going to add the watercolor, sticking with my color scheme of green, gold, purple with little hints of orange and red. You can use any kind of medium you want when you're creating your neurographic art. You can use markers, colored pencils, pastels, whatever you like. And there you have it, my very first piece of neurographic art. So there is my piece of neurographic art, and that's kind of a little bit of how I created it. And I'll be honest with you guys, I thought this would take me like, an hour. I spent all day on this. But that's because I really got into it and I love creating artwork. You could do a very simple one and maybe just spend an hour or so on it. The point is you use this just to relax and calm your mind. And if you are sitting at your house saying, excuse me, Miss Poopers, let me put her down. If you are saying, gee, Meg, I would love to do a neurographic art project, but I don't have any nice art supplies. I've got just the solution to your problem because I have this beautiful art kit, and let's take a moment and take a look at what's inside and what you get. Here it is, gang, 124-piece art kit. It has watercolors and oil pastels. It comes with a sketchbook and an acrylic pad. It's actually got like acrylic painting boards. Check out all those colored pencils, and down below there are paints and even paint brushes. pretty sweet. I want to send it to you. I don't know, but if I got one of these, I'd be pretty happy. I was tempted to dive into this to do my neurographic art project, but I didn't. It's unused and intact and ready to come to your house. And how could you win this? All you're going to do is put down in the comments the words. Let's see, what shall our magic words be? Let's go with subconscious mind. Somewhere in the comments, use the words subconscious mind. And we'll get you entered to win this art kit. Make sure you get your entries in before noon Eastern Standard Time on Sunday, January 23rd, because that's when we're going to close the contest and pick one special winner to take this whole box of art goodies home. I pay all the postage, and this baby's heavy, and I will send it to you. And to all our friends in England and South Africa who've been winning contests, I say go for it. You know what? If you win and I have to send this big heavy thing to you, I will do it. I've already had to send a book to England and a deck of oracle cards to South Africa, and I was so excited to get to do it. So I want to say thank you to everybody that's been entering our contest. I've been having a ton of fun with the prizes and finding things that go along with our episode that might be fun for giveaways, and I hope everyone is enjoying it. We're going to keep it up definitely through the month of January. Maybe we'll keep going into February, you don't know. I think we're just going to do it as long as it's fun. So, let me know if you're enjoying the contest as well, because if you guys like them, we'll keep doing them. And don't forget, in the words of Buddha, 1,000 candles can be lit from a single candle, and the life of that candle will not be shortened. Happiness never decreases by being shared. So thank you for sharing your time and energy with us here at Meg's Magical Mansion. If you had fun, please don't forget to give us a like, a share, hit that subscribe button, ring the bell, and we can let you know when we post new episodes. Check us out on the Instagram. And we'll see you back here next time at Meg's Magical Mansion. Heaven only knows what we'll be doing or what we might be giving away.
On route.
Take the long way home.